This is SteamWorld Quest, Hand of Gilgamech. It's from Image and Form Games, which is one of my favorite indie developers. They made all the SteamWorld games. And I only have a few minutes before my next meeting, and I was trying to think of what I could stream, and I realized that I am near the end of this game. I'm beating my head against a pretty frustrating boss battle. So this might be the perfect time for me to just take a little bit of time to sort of show you how this game works. So you have a party of 5 robot characters, because everything is robots in SteamWorld. And right now I've got Armely, Copernica, and Galio as my main party here. And the last time I fought this enemy, I had a couple problems. First, I found out that sleep doesn't work on the enemy, so I need to make sure that Copernica is not rocking her sleep spell. Okay, I've already fixed that. Okay, cool. So Copernica does not have her sleep spell ready, because that's just going to be a waste of everyone's time. Another thing I needed to make sure of was that Galio... Okay, yeah, so the way that the combat system works is you play basic cards like Pain Gain and Shields Up and Steam Punch in the middle of combat to build up these little gears that represent your ability to fire off big superpowers. And then you end up sort of building that up, and then you can spend it on your bigger powers like Mend and Wrecking Ball, which costs 3. So the last couple of times I fought this battle, I ended up running out of gear power. So I think I'm a little bit too balanced on the side of having the big superpowers and not having enough of the little things that build up to the superpowers. So I'm going to work on that. So right now, okay, so I kind of want... So this is my healer. Galio is my healer. I want to make sure I've got enough heals coming in, and those all cost stuff. So I think that's probably about as good as I can get Galio. Yeah, and it looks like I've got about half and half with Copernica. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4. You see there's 2 of this card in my deck. She's got 4 that make power and 4 that use power. And then Armely has got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, so Armely's got 4 and 4 as well. So I think I'm good. Let me save at this little shrine here. And then we're going to go get in this battle. I'll show you how it works. Like I said, I only have a limited time today, so one battle that I'm doomed to lose is probably all we can do. I'm not sure if I got my head in the right spot. Oh yeah, Ian says he loves my little prance. Yes, Mike. The characters' animations in this universe are just adorable. SteamWorld Heist is another one of my favorites of theirs. If you will not heed my words, all I have left is my blade. This is Gilgamech. He's the big boss. I'm not really revealing anything that you'd feel sensitive about spoilers towards. Gilgamech is pretty much set up to be the big boss from the beginning. Finally, we see eye to eye. You know I always preferred actions over words. Well, maybe he's not actually, but you know, you don't really play the game for the story. You play the game for the tactics. We do not always agree on the best way to solve a problem, but waking the behemoth is beyond reckless, even by your standards. Reckless little old me killed that beast before, and I will do it again. Oh, Ian Adams is wondering what happened to my hair. It's still here. Don't worry about it. It's right there, see? But I'll tell you what, if your pitiful troop feels destiny beckoning, take a step forward. A fair fight against the true ancient hero. The story's kind of about, you know, people wanting to be heroes and what that means and how destructive that kind of self-centered, attitude can be. Dude, this is not a lab coat. This is just actually a shirt that Brant gave me. I think we're going to stop giving people lab coats. So I'm going to be special because I've got a coat. All right, so here's how the game works. Oh, wait, you guys, you can't see. I thought that would be a problem. You guys can't see my health. So let me move over here. Okay, so you can see I've got the health of my characters in the upper left. Across the top, I've got those gears that represent my sort of power that I'm building up. And here are my cards. So it deals. So each of my characters has got a deck, and is dealing random cards from a deck that's shuffled with all of their cards. And one of the biggest problems you can face in this game is if you lose a character, it still keeps drawing cards from that character's deck. And so you can get a bunch of cards you can't play if you've lost a character. So they do a pretty good job of having it be a real hindrance when you lose someone. And unfortunately, that hindrance does not apply to the enemies. They don't get a bunch of useless cards when they lose characters. Okay, so you can see that I've got Searing Lash, which is the only thing I can play right now because it's the only free card I've got. So let's fire off a couple of Searing Lashes at this guy to build up. You can see across the top, it's telling me that I'm... Oh, over there. It's telling me that I'm going to get 2 gears from that, which means I can spend it on something else, like Fire Pillar or Thunderstorm. Let's go with Fire Pillar, because there's no way I'm going to take this guy all the way down this turn anyway. And so I don't need to do maximum damage. It's actually kind of better if I hold off a little bit with my power. So you'll notice that because I chain together 3 cards from the same character, that character gets an additional move defined by the magic weapon that they're carrying. So in this case, I've set up Barrier Field, which gives all my characters temporary hit points. Yeah, Dunedane, keeping track of all the lab coats around here is, I think it's probably a bit of a distraction the more people we add to the studio. Okay, so my guys, so Copernica made her moves. We put up our shield. This guy made kind of, not that impressive moves, but he gets worse and worse as time goes on. All right, so what can I do now? So I've got Fixer, which gives me a bunch of power. And I've got Mend, but nobody's hurt. And unfortunately, so if I use Fixer, Fixer is useful, but I would ideally love to use 3 abilities from Galio. And Mend is the only one of Galio's that I've got. If I don't use Fixer, though, most of my things are out of commission. Unless, let's see here. So if I use Doubt, right there, which makes her immune to elemental attacks, which he does a lot of, then I can fire off a Fire Pillar or a Thunderstorm against him, but then I'll still be out of stuff. So what I'm going to do is, you see in the bottom left, there's an X. It says, if I push the X button 2 times, I can recycle a card. So I'm going to try that. Okay, so I got a Steam Punch for Galio. So now I've got 3 Galio cards. Even though I could be wasting a Mend, I could still do... that seems pretty good. Or I could get rid of her Thunderstorm and see... Okay, another Steam Punch. Okay, so let's not do her Doubt move. Now that I've got a bunch of green cards for Galio, I'll do a Steam Punch, another Steam Punch, and Fixer, which unlocks his special move, which is Quivering Palm. So, that looks good. So, these hits he does are not particularly impressive, but because I'm doing nothing but green cards, he gets as much more impressive Quivering Palm, which discards one of the enemy's cards. So now, instead of 2 attacks, this enemy gets only 1. Alright, so... Again, he hasn't really damaged me. He's only damaged my temporary hit points. So I don't really need to have this many Mend cards out right now. Okay, so now I've got 2 blues, 2 greens, and 2 reds, which is ridiculous. So get rid of that. Okay, now I've got 3 blues. That works a lot better. So we're going to annihilate him, refresh our temporary hit points. So there are also cards that have synergies, where if you use 2 different colored cards back to back, they get special bonuses from that too. That seems to be a minority of the cards. Like, setting up those synergies doesn't seem to be super worth it. Notice that her Doubt ability just protected her from his attack. It just doesn't feel like it's really worth it to try to make those synergies happen, because the synergies you get from doing all green, all blue, and all red, that's just so much easier to make it happen, and they're really consistent. You can plan around them in a way that the individual pairs of cards that have synergies just don't really work as well. Not individual pairs, but like a card will say, if you play a green card right before this, I'll do special stuff. There just aren't enough of those cards, and they're not as easy to remember what to do with. All right, so I've got a lot of red now, so I'll probably Smolder this guy, which actually doesn't do a lot because I'm not doing any fire attacks on him. Smolder makes him vulnerable to fire. But, oh wait, no, of course I got a fire attack, because when I do all red moves, my final move there is a fire attack. So this will work just fine. And then, boom. Okay, so that move can take down a character who doesn't have, like, if he'd used that move on Copernica, she would have been in really big trouble. Luckily, he used it on one of my tougher characters. Okay, so again. So I've got some heals. I've got double edge. I think I'm going to go red again. Encourage is nice because it also it doesn't just heal you, it also clears negative effects. And so I would worry about wasting it right now. But I mean, it does get shuffled back into the deck, and I'm definitely, the time I'm going to need it is a little further along in the battle, so I'm trusting them to come back. I just realized when I was setting up my decks, I might have forgotten a card that I really wanted to give to Armely. I wanted to give Armely Intercept, and I think I forgot to do that. So I'm not playing with all of my with a full deck, so to speak. Okay, so I've got again 2, 2, and 2 here. Oh, by the way, yes. So Bilbo points out that the cards are old school computer punch cards, which is one of my favorite things about this game. I mean, that's a very it's kind of a deep cut, but I am in love with it. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? I've got 3 green cards. How was I counting wrong before? Okay, so let's do quick fix, and I'd love to not use all of my quick fixes all at once, but whatever. Okay, let's do quick fix on that one, quick fix on that one, super soaker, and then quivering palm. Yes. Super soaker makes the enemy more vulnerable to cold and storm attacks, which I'm not firing any of those off right now, but feels a little like you're peeing on the enemy, which, is great. Subjugate is just a debuff. So yeah, so Quivering Palm is a stun move that gets rid of one of the enemy's cards, or a flinch move gets rid of one of the enemy's cards, which is very helpful. So he's just reduced to debuffing me instead of actually attacking me. We're about to hit a threshold with this guy where he's going to heal himself and then get much worse attacks, which is frustrating. And is the thing that causes me to fail this battle. I think I've failed it twice, maybe 3 times already. You can watch, by the way, that he is building up the same gears that I've got at the top of the screen there. He's also got those gears. So I can see he's right on the verge of using a very powerful attack. He's not quite there yet. And it looks like, he's stunned Copernica. So we can't use Copernica's abilities, but that's fine. Because I've got 3 red cards, and one of them is one that will remove stun from Copernica. So we're in pretty good shape. Oh, I thought it would. I thought Encourage got rid of all effects like that, but I guess not. And here comes Bane Sword. Alright, so he used up his big attack. Armely's still in good shape. So let's see if we can... Oh, come on. One more try. Yes, okay, cool. So let's Steam Punch this guy. I like the phrase Steam Punch, by the way. This game's got a lot of wit to it. So then we'll mend Armely and Quivering Palm this guy again. Bilbo, I'm not sure what that clip that you just posted says, but I can probably imagine. Warmed up. So, yeah, so now he heals back up to normal. And now he's going to start using some tougher attacks. Like, I don't know what he's doing right now. He looks, I mean, look at that guy. I don't know what he's doing. He seems very, very sure of himself, though. Well, whatever he's doing, I probably want some temporary hit points to prepare for it. So let's make that happen. It's what you get a guy down to like half or 2/3 of his health and then have to start all the way at the top of his health bar again. It's very, very demoralizing. So, okay, so I think he's building up to a special move that, oh man, if only I had Intercept or any green cards. Maybe I could stop him from firing off this thing that I don't want him to fire off. but grr. Okay, well, I guess I'll just sort of I'll build up a bunch of power here. So double edge does damage to my hero at the same time that it damages the enemy, but this hero, I mean, I've got a bunch of temp hit points, so it's not really costing me that much. The thing that gets really obnoxious is when this guy starts counterattacking. So Ultima. So now we sit back and just sort of bask in the glow of the mushroom cloud forever. And now everybody's down. And is this what leads everyone to despair? No, that's another power he uses later. So now he's in counterattack mode. So I kind of don't want to attack him. I mean, I can probably take it to some degree, but let's see if I can think. Of course, right now, yeah, I'm just getting nothing but offensive moves, right? So if he Copernica cannot take him counterattacking her. So let's do some healing and let's stop short of a full attack. Let's just not attack him. Hopefully whatever he does won't kill me too hard. Icicles! He's got one eventually where it's like 100 attacks that are each about a dozen damage, and so a dozen damage isn't very much in this game. But getting hit by 100 attacks is a lot, no matter what you're playing. Okay, so let's see again if we can... Aha, yes. That's what I want. So we're going to attack him twice, but we'll have just healed. So I think this will be okay. So first let's heal Copernica, because she's the one with the lowest hit points, the most vulnerable. Then let's heal the next lowest, which is Galio, and Galio's also one who's going to attack and get countered. I don't know how long this counterattack effect on this guy lasts. So flinching him, yikes. Flinching him only stops the counterattack. It doesn't actually stop his next card. So once he's in counterattack mode, I can flinch him all I want, and it won't actually stop his normal moves. And now everyone's despaired. And when you're despaired, that means you can't heal. So that sucks. So since I can't heal, I'd better do some moves that give me temporary hit points. But yeah, this game feels like it's a nice mix of, classic like Final Fantasy style combat and Slay the Spire style card-based combat. Okay, that was pretty survivable. Okay, good, I got some heals, but... Oh, wait, dang it, but I've still got Despair. Heals don't work on you when you're despairing, and that makes me very sad. Let's protect Copernica with this. Let's attack him with the things we can attack him with. I hope this despair ends pretty soon. Encourage will end despair. If Armely was was drawing those encourages, or if I'd kept those encourage cards, I could counteract this despair, but I can't. So we just got to keep throwing the shields up. Okay, nice. So she absorbs that because she's got her doubt shield up. And then he took damage, maybe from that ability? I don't know. Okay, so we've got... Alright, so we've got everybody back. They're not despairing anymore. Let's see if I can get... No, you big, dumb... A better heal. Nope, I can't get a better heal. So let's just heal our two characters with the lowest hit points, and then super soak this guy to make Quivering Palm happen, which hopefully will stave off his next attack. So 2 heals for the weakest characters, and Super Soaker, and then Quivering Palm, which flinches him. Does it? Or maybe it doesn't. Oh no, this is the ability that he saves up for 2 rounds to do. So, So I've got Encourage, so I can heal somebody a little bit. I kind of want to save that until I need more actual healing, though. Yeah, making him more vulnerable to fire isn't helping me. Thunderstorm. Okay, so let's... Can I get... I can't get another blue. We can despair him, though. That's interesting. I wonder if that actually matters. I mean, I don't think he heals himself again, so that might not. So, okay, so I could double edge, encourage, and Heartbroken Hero to do extra damage to him. But, yeah, let's... I kind of want to save that encourage, though. So let's not do a special move. Let's just turn on Doubt again. Thunderbolt this guy, and Steam Punch him. Just clear out everything that's not red. I'll do my red move later. After someone has despaired. Oh, whoa. Oh, she's confused. That's what that halo around her head is. So that means sometimes her moves just don't work, I think is what that means. There's a lot of status effects in this game, and I have trouble keeping track with them all. But that's not a bad thing. Okay, so he uses Ultima ability. And now I've got some heals. So let's definitely make sure Galio gets healed up, because he's our healer. Let's encourage Copernica. And then let's use a potion. Use a repair potion on Armory. I'm not getting any special moves from that, but I think at least everyone's going to get some heals. And Copernica doesn't lose that... Man, it bothers me that she doesn't lose that effect. Buster Cannon? I don't know if I've seen that one. And it looks like... Okay, so he's in counterattack mode. So anyone who attacks him is going to get attacked right back. He's got... Looks like he's got extra magic. So if I want to look closely at what's going on with anything, I can hit the minus button to look at cards, or I can hit the plus button, go over to this inspection button, and then go look at him. So he's got a bunch of condition immunities I didn't look at before. Counterstance and Buster Cannon, so his magic is raised, and he's countering attacks right now. There aren't a lot of good moves I have here. I mean, I guess it's... Yeah, it's not really safe for any of my characters to attack him right now. I guess the bigger the attack, the better. So I'll try to do a big attack on him. Oh, what the heck, I'll just... Whatever. I'm probably going to lose this anyway. Because what I needed was my interrupt move. And, here we go. And I didn't set up with that, so I'm probably already... I think I was probably doomed to failure anyway. Oh, this is going bad. This is actually going worse than I expected. No! He's gonna... Oh, he's gonna take me out. No, wait, no. We'll just barely survive, but then we probably won't survive whatever this is. Yep, nope. And then here's the move that hits us 100 times. Ranoff Cord, I did start very recently. This is only going to be a very quick stream just to show how this game works. And so, of course, I don't have any heals. I mean, I've got some potions, but I wouldn't make any progress really doing that. So I'm probably in trouble. You see how I got kind of close, right? He's only got 8,442 hit points right now. And while I can't do enough damage to him to really make that matter right now, I feel like I've gotten close enough that if I have a slightly better deck, if I come in next time with a slightly better deck that's more thought through, gives me more of the abilities that I need, I think I can probably beat him with this team. Like, we're not that far off. Okay, so because my hero's knocked out, I don't have access to this card. So might as well kill it, and then also kill this one. And I just keep drawing red cards, so whatever. I've already got all the temp hit points I can possibly get. So mending is probably better. The question is, whatever he's going to do, is it going to kill both of these characters no matter what I do? Like, am I better off mending Galio, just have somebody survive, or should I try mending Copernica? I'll go with Copernica, just cause. And whatever, Thunderstorm, sure. So I could be signing everyone's death warrants right here by healing Copernica. Okay, here comes Ultima, which I don't know if it's going to take both of my characters out. I mean, it's not. I think Copernica is going to live. I don't know about Galio, because when you have temp hit points, those blue hit points, it doesn't give you a number for them. So I never really know exactly how many hit points I have when I've got temp hit points. Okay, so weirdly we survived that. Of course, I've still got a ton of red cards. All I want to draw is red cards. So that's a bunch of BS. So let's just... Okay, oh wait, so she's going to get punished for lashing that guy. But she'll survive it, I think, because he only does like 300 damage that way. And then if we can recover potion her, maybe she'll survive the next round. So she lashes him, he counters, she lives, then he mends himself, then she takes a potion. Okay, okay. Oh, weird. We're still alive. He's still countering everything, though. This is madness. Okay. So I don't think Doubt protects her from his attack. So, So she could use Fire Pillar on him. Okay, so these two don't attack him directly. She could use Fire Pillar on him and get attacked. She lives through one attack, and then she gets temp hit points. Maybe this is fine. So she uses Doubt, which protects her from elemental attacks. Uses Arcane Detective between them to getting more of those gears up there. Then she gets some temp hit points. And he uses a Meteor. Doesn't kill anyone. An Icicle Drop, which she absorbs. Bad for Galio. Okay, he's not defending anymore. Or countering. Oh, but... Oh, she's disabled. What? How is she... Is she disabled from using special powers or something? Okay, I want to look into this. Why is she disabled with some of her cards and not others? Malfunction. Cannot use skill cards. Okay, so yeah. So she can... Okay, well, let's kill some red cards. Okay, so we've got... Alright, so Gilgamech uses that. I mean, sorry, we attack Gilgamech with that. We quick fix Galio. Super Soak Gilgamech, which is going to let us Quivering Palm Gilgamech, remove one of Gilgamech's cards. Oh, right, I'm despaired, so my heal doesn't work. But my heal at least made it possible for me to Quivering Palm. So even though I didn't actually heal with it, she's still absorbing that. Killed one of his cards. Okay, we're getting weirdly close. Now I'm going to be mad if we fail. Okay, so can she just Lash him, and Fire Pillar him, and Thunderstorm him? That's a lot. Whoa! I spent my whole bus ride trying to do that, and I did not actually think I was going to pull it off. Okay, awesome. Well, let's take this card. Does physical damage to one foe based on the active hero's combined strength, and heals all allies based on their combined magic. Oh, well, that seems like a powerful ability. Armalee's going to be happy with that. Armalee, you know, kind of survived that. We leveled up a whole ton. So was this the final boss? Have I beaten the game? I might have to put a spoiler warning on this stream when I post a video to YouTube. Enough of this warming up? What? Oh, man. Oh. You've been useful sparring partners, but just stay here for now. I have a corrupt world to reshape. I was kind of curious when I started, when I got a card as a reward for that. It seems like not the kind of thing you would get as a prize for beating the final boss. Okay, so she heals everyone, which she can't actually do in combat. I love these character designs, though. Notice one of my characters, the pink one, is actually 2 people, but they're effectively 1 character. Okay, so we're gonna chase after him. Are we, though? I'd like to have some evidence that the game's been saved. Oh, thank you. Just said saving game. I appreciate that. Well, since I've got a meeting in 15 minutes, we should probably wrap it up here. So, thank you for joining me, and I absolutely love everything that Image Informed Games creates. All the SteamWorld games. I haven't played the original SteamWorld Dig. I started with SteamWorld Heist, then SteamWorld Dig 2, and now SteamWorld Quest. But all the SteamWorld games are pretty good. And I think, are all of them available on Switch? They might be. So if you got a Switch, if you haven't checked out Image Informed Games' products, I think you should. So I'll do the end screen thing for YouTube, and we'll get out of here.